say, 10 years?
We're seeing tremendous amount of growth of soccer football in our region. We see tremendous amount of fan avidity and much more participation happening. And particularly here in North America with the efforts of the MLS and other leagues in creating more passion behind this beautiful game. And we see it also in the level of participation, right? When we see a country like Panama qualifying for the World Cup and what that qualification has done for that country, for football in that country, it's fantastic. And for us, expanding our Gold Cup to allow more teams to come and participate in our most important tournament is an important initiative to help develop the sport, to help offer more countries the opportunity to develop through this great competition.
What would you say are some of the biggest challenges that present the region at the moment?
Logistics are always a difficult task for us in terms of moving our teams across our vast region. We want to offer the opportunity for more teams to participate in all our competitions, on our youth competition platforms and on our technical development efforts. And moving those teams around is incredibly expensive. That's probably one of the biggest challenges. Also infrastructure, right, in terms of having the right stadiums, the right training fields and other things. So those are efforts that we're doing in terms of raising more support from partners, creating more synergies across all our members in terms of how we can collaborate and share best practices. So sometimes we can do things remotely or by a conference call and things like that to ensure that we're instilling best practices across the entire region.
How is Concacaf working with retention as far as the youth goes? We see a lot of leagues like the NFL, for example, that are expanding into different markets. How is the Concacaf region working to keep the retention within the youth?
Well, for us, it's about participation, right? It's about bringing more kids into the sport. And we're doing that through different initiatives, particularly through our Next Play program, which is an after-school activity and using the sport to teach life skills to kids and really introduce them through the sport that way. And it's not about creating professional athletes that are going to be in the sport long term, but it's about giving them opportunities to develop as people through this wonderful sport. And we believe that through that they become fans of the sport, and then there's also going to be opportunities for them to become professional players if they really become passionate behind it.
Is there any kind of projections or overall goals that CONCACAF has as far as meeting the fan base growth?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of work in terms of determining where we want to be as a confederation in 2030. We've started a process of engaging all our federations and really trying to pan out exactly where are the priority areas where we want to focus on to see where we want to get to in terms of fan development, in terms of participation in the sport, in terms of actual results on the field across the confederation in 2030. And that's obviously a long-term process. And we believe that by putting in place those specific guiding points, we will achieve them.
And finally, what would you say is the one thing that maybe CONCACAF looks at other regions similar, let's say UEFA or the Asian Confederation or any of the other ones? Is there anything that CONCACAF looks to maybe mimic or maybe grab from them?
We have obviously great relationship with our sister confederations. We have an ongoing dialogue with all of them, and we do look at what they're doing to see what we can apply. As a matter of fact, our Nations League tournament is something that we consulted very carefully with UEFA. We saw what they did with their own Nations League, how they're capitalizing on a 4-year period of FIFA windows to ensure that all their members are playing more games. And we believe that that's an important structure for us to put in place, and we did starting this cycle. And so we're offering our members the opportunity to play games consistently during a 4-year period instead of what the previous practice was, which was in World Cup qualifying, most of our members would be playing 2 games and they'd be out of any competitive tournament or platform. So we look at structures like that to see what we can mimic. We also do a lot of development work across confederations. We send referees to referee in tournaments and artistic confederations. We look at development programs that we collaborate on. So we're always looking at ways we can really create synergies together.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hola, ¿cómo le va?